and welcome back to Two Thirds for the first episode of the Avengers Reserve podcast. Technically the first episode. We have been doing previous episodes with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, obviously, but I think kind of from now on we're going to call it the Avengers Reserve podcast. So, delighted as always to be joined by sadboycare. Care, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I like your top. It's nice. I think I've seen that in one of your previous videos.
Yeah, I was meant to bring it to Florida, and then I just totally forgot it, which I was really mad about. I had a whole outfit planned and everything. Oh, it was great. It was really hot, and it rained the first 3 days. But after that, it was great.
Okay, good. There's nothing that was teased Marvel-based over there, was there?
No. I mean,
I'm
other than
rides
and stuff,
section.
which is already under construction and has been announced and everything. Other than that, there's not really much. I think the only time that they really tease things down there is when D23 happens, which is in the summer. So, and we haven't. I don't even know if they had D23 last year. I can't remember.
They did, if I remember it correctly, because it was when they made massive amounts of announcements. It was just because the Twitter thread was just it was insane, absolutely insane.
Right. Is that when they announced all the shows and stuff?
Yeah, Raya and the Last Dragon that was going to go straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Just everything. From Disney to Star Wars to Marvel, it was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it was great because everything was kind of in one place.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to talk about some actual Marvel stuff. Beginning with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because we've talked about this as soon as we finished the last episode.
Yeah.
Is that we've got to mention that it's highly likely that we'll see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 2. Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie are both willing and more than happy, I'm sure, to reprise their roles.
Yeah.
Great news, really.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I love it. I'm so excited because I just can't... I feel like we didn't get enough. It was only 6 episodes, and they were pretty long episodes. Some of them were really long, but I wanted so much more. And we just didn't get it in this, so I'm really excited to see where they take it. Especially with Sam being the Captain America now. I'm excited.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we kind of touched on it in the last episode where everything kind of did feel a little bit rushed and kind of just put together to tie everything up. Whereas, for the most part of the series as well, they had been kind of building all the characters up to be long-running characters. You've got Val in there who's making an appearance. She's obviously going to be in it the more than 2 episodes of just one series. You've got US Agent, who they've built as a fantastic sort of villain anti-hero role. As much as everyone hates him, they've really built his character, and it's fantastic acting by Wyatt Russell. Just where do you think the season could really go from here?
I have absolutely no idea. I have a feeling that it's probably gonna follow what's going on in the films, Doctor Strange is gonna be a big one, and it's about the multiverse, right? So I feel like there's gonna be some kind of curveball that they're gonna have to deal with in response to the multiverse being brought into the MCU. You know what I mean? I feel like literally anything could happen.
Yeah, I literally think it's going to be exactly the same. I think Doctor Strange 2 is just going to blow the lid off, basically, for Marvel. There's going to be so much stuff happening. And there is something, which is another topic, which I don't know if we will mention a little bit later, but so much is going to happen in Doctor Strange 2 that I think it will be very easy for Falcon and the Winter Soldier to get another season out. And I just really hope it happens. I don't think anything's been confirmed other than both of the actors wanting to do it. But it's great. Everybody's loved it. It's been received so well as just Disney Plus series in general. Which kind of brings me on to the next kind of thing that we wanted to talk about, which is do you reckon there can be a shift from sort of like the blockbuster movies to the Disney Plus series? I was talking about this with a couple of friends from work, and I just see that as the way that they're kind of going to go, except for the odd few big movies.
What do you mean? Do you mean like they'll make a film about like a new Captain America film with Sam
I just think
Captain
that
America?
now that they have a sort of a big streaming giant service in Disney Plus, I think that they're just going to use that to their advantage rather than sort of like going down the traditional cinema route. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
that's not entirely what I'm saying, because we all know that Disney likes a pound note, and they are not going to pass on, potentials of, like, what was Avengers Endgame? Was it 2, 3, 4 billion?
I don't even know.
Somewhere around there?
The only thing I know is that Avatar repassed it because they re-released it in China recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Avatar is now, again, the highest grossing film in theaters.
Oh my god.
And I heard it was because Disney wanted to re-release it, and they had already made, like, because they're coming out with new ones. So I think that they already made the trailers for it before Avengers Endgame passed them. So they wanted to make it the highest grossing film again, and they didn't want to re-edit the trailers for it. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true, but
But there's obviously
anyway.
the potential. There's the potential of Black Widow going onto Disney Plus as well, isn't there? That was like talked about.
I did just watch the trailer for it, and I think it said you can get it with like the premium access thing.
Premier access, yeah.
Yeah, which is like kind of annoying, but also
I get it.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's worth it because like I've been to the theater since, but it's not the same like as like going at midnight and seeing it at midnight, you know? So
I think
feel
it's
like
part of the like new normal, isn't it? That like it's going to be
definitely
an option for you to do if you don't want to go to the cinema, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's very true. I would hope that they would put it on Disney Plus, because I would feel more comfortable. Even though I'm fully vaccinated and I shouldn't care, but
yeah,
I just I do really hope that they put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna kind of move on to trailers that have kind of come out in the last sort of few weeks that haven't really like had the time to kind of touch on. Most recently I think released was Shang-Chi. I think that's the most recent trailer.
I think that was like last week. Yeah, or like
what did you make of it?
10 days ago. I have it up on my screen, that's why. I loved it. I'm really excited about it. I think it looks really cool. I think I said this last week, but it gives me kind of like Doctor Strange vibes, and I don't know why. It might just be like all the training sequences and stuff, but like I just think it's really cool, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it.
I think, like I kind of get where you're coming from with Doctor Strange 2, just in the fact that like it just seems quite mysterious, and it's something that we haven't quite seen before. Yeah. Also similar to like how, we've got the first glimpse into Wakanda, when everything goes over there, and it's like a completely different world. There you've got the kind of like, the only thing I can, what's it called? The only thing I can kind of relate it to is, did you ever watch Avatar the Airbender, the last Airbender?
Yeah.
And the thing that he like flies around on?
Appa.
The like big like ball. Appa. Thank you. Like you see like those things in very short sequences of Shang-Chi.
Do you?
Shang-Chi trailer.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's
cool.
I
was literally just from the second time I watched it. But I loved kind of seeing little things like that, because I want to know more about Shang-Chi. And I don't really know a lot about Shang-Chi. I'm pretty sure we were saying the same.
I don't know anything about it. So like it was we were trying to pick apart characters that we like knew from it, and I don't know I haven't recognized a single character from like the list of characters. So I know absolutely nothing about it, but it looks really good, and I'm really excited. And that's also
I think
that's how I go into most Marvel films with like new characters. Like Doctor Strange, and maybe that's why I compare it to Doctor Strange as well, because I didn't know anything about Doctor Strange either. So it could be like I just don't know anything about it, and that's why I'm making the correlation. But yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it will be a really big hit, and I think it's, you know, they're doing that whole sort of like bringing new characters into the MCU rather than just kind of giving, you know, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, you know, giving those guys more sort of airtime. They're doing that as well, just to kind of bring everything together in Phase 4 and, you know, just get some new, fresh faces. Like, because we've lost Tony Stark, we've lost Captain America, the old one, Steve Rogers, as well as a couple of, I mean, technically we've lost Loki. We'll come on to Loki next, but I don't know what's going to happen really with him.
Black Widow as well.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah. So yeah,
But,
like there's loads of kind of questions still to be answered, and I think it's good that we're going to see a couple of fresh faces.
Yes, I'm excited.
We spoke about this because we both spotted it, the vibranium bracelet, or what looks like a vibranium bracelet, with a very short second in the Shang-Chi trailer.
You know what it kind of looks like? You know when Doctor Strange does the thing with the timepiece and it has like the rings around it? It looks like a real, I don't know, not real, but like a material version of that, kind of. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
When he uses the time stone, and there's like green rings around his wrist, and then he goes like this.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
It looks like
I would say it more looks like not the beads, like the beads that because that's what Bucky recognizes in the series.
Yeah.
Not them, but God, I'm so bad with names in the MCU. Black Panther's sister Shuri.
Yeah.
She has like a piece of equipment that looks very similar when she's like designing something. Yeah, that's what I kind of see what it looks like. Do you reckon there's potential for Wakanda involvement in this movie?
I don't know if it's going to be Wakandan involvement or if it's just their innovations.
They have equipment from it.
Being,
right.
being like spread out across the world now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it could go either way, but I think it's more likely that it's just they're now more open with their like trading of vibranium and stuff with other countries. Yeah,
that's a good point actually. I always forget that's kind of like the mid-credit scene of Black Panther.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. It was just, you know, it was just quite mysterious, and it's the way that they've included that very specific part in the trailer. It was only like a second, so it's very clearly there just to tease us and get us kind of talking and wondering about it.
Very true.
Awkwafina is going to be in it, which I cannot wait for. I loved her in Crazy Rich Asians. She's
I love her.
Amazing.
She's great. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I feel like she plays like... She always plays like the best friend role, but she does it so well. Mm-hmm. Like, I love her. I think she's great. I'm excited to see like what her character is and stuff like that too.
Yeah. I definitely think she's there for a sort of comedy aspect. She just has those mannerisms.
Yeah.
Do you know that's what it is, isn't it? It's just the way that she kind of presents herself. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. I reckon, you know, they're going to strike up a pretty decent friendship in that. And we're going to see that sort of kind of blossom later on this year when it comes out. So it'll be good.
I'm super excited. I'm kind of sad that we have to wait until September to see it.
Yeah.
Because I just want to watch it
I'm
now.
sad.
It looks so good.
I mean, there's a long wait for a lot of things at the moment, but what can you do, I suppose? We'll
True.
talk about the Loki trailer as well, because that is one that we've been meaning to talk about for a very long time.
Yes. I finally watched it. It only took me 3 weeks, but I watched it. I'm so excited, honestly. I'm very excited about Loki. I love Loki. He's like one of my favorite characters. So I was so sad when he died, and I was so excited when I heard that he was coming back in like a show and stuff. Oh, I'm really excited.
What do you make though what do you make of that? It's obviously going to take in that split timeline from Avengers Endgame because he is coming through the portal with the Tesseract. It's very clearly from that timeline. What did you make of that?
I'm excited. I really like that it's like touching on time, if that makes sense.
The timekeepers, yeah.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff where it's like time travel and like messed up like timelines and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like I kind of understand what's gonna happen. Like they want Loki to try and help fix the timeline that he messed up, but like I don't trust Loki. I don't think anyone trusts Loki.
Trust Loki.
I don't know why they want him to help them. I feel like they need him to help him, like to help them fix it. And I'm excited to see what he does because I know shit's gonna hit the fan at some point, and I'm just excited to see that.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to remember there as well that like this is the Loki that literally just attacked New York.
Right.
It's right after that, or I'm assuming very shortly after that entire bit, where he then gets captured and then manages to escape.
And that's before
Thor Ragnarok.
It's before he dies.
Thor 2, I believe, as well. Yeah. Before a lot of things.
Yeah, oh my god.
It goes right back there, like to sort of like 2012, I think it was, or something like that. So
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. For some reason, I totally forgot about that. Like, I knew that it was that, but I was like, oh my god. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, so he's even less trustworthy.
Yeah, I'd say so.
In this timeline than in any other. Like, it could have... I feel like Ragnarok, he really, like, became part of the Avengers, or, like, a little bit more trustworthy for them. But...
Yes. He went to the good side. I suppose that was it, yeah.
Like, he was helping out the good guys at that point. Yeah. He's still, like... He's lost a lot of character development.
Yeah, which definitely.
I'm interested now to see what they do with that, because...
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if he goes back to, that good version of himself. Whether it's, like, inevitable that he does turn into a good guy, or he just, stays as the god of mischief for the rest of the time. Owen Wilson as Mobius and Mobius. Good call.
Is that the time travel guy?
Yeah, he
Is that
works
who that was?
for the timekeepers. Owen Wilson, yeah.
Okay, the one with the short hair, right?
I think he's
Am I thinking this right?
I'm always thinking that he's got long hair.
He does have long hair. That's why I'm confused.
He's got like a moustache.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now because I recognized the voice, but I didn't recognize the face.
Yeah, it's the wow guy.
Oh my god. Hold on, I'm sharing my screen with you. That's him? The one with the mustache. He has short hair in this, and it's gray. That's why I didn't realize.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's getting on a bit, isn't he? I haven't got a message, to be honest, but...
No,
I know who he is.
I shared my screen. But yeah. Yeah, I did not know that was him. I didn't know that was him.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a good call. Anyway, I'm excited to see him in that role.
I feel like I can't take him seriously, though. And I feel like this is a very serious role.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting how they play it, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I fucking love Owen Wilson as an actor. Yeah. I think he's great. He's been in done some decent films in the past, and I think it's taken them a while to bring him into the MCU, and I didn't expect them to give him this specific role.
Yeah. I feel like... Have they been talking about bringing him into the MCU for a while? Because I feel like I heard
think so.
About a contract about that, like, early... Like, a couple years ago, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did
know.
not know that was him. I'm still like shocked that was him.
Okay, we're going to talk about the kind of like dystopia New York. You know, you see the sort of wrecked old Avengers building that we spotted in the background. The kind of like breakdown that I would give on that is, do you think that's the timeline if Thanos still succeeded? Because we never got to see New York, from what I can remember, in Avengers Endgame after everything had happened, and obviously they had moved site for the Avengers headquarters. And I think when we did get a glimpse into it, it was very sort of just very similar to what that shot is like.
Yeah. I don't know. My mind just like went blank. But I was thinking something and now it's totally gone and I don't know where it went. But I was going to say something about that. I feel like, cuz remember how they were supposed to bring the stones back?
Yep.
They brought all of the stones back except for that one. The Tesseract that got away with Loki.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the timeline where they stole the, or not stole, but like they took the stones from. I don't know. I feel like it could be like the timeline where Loki got away with the Tesseract and then somehow, because you know how at the end of...
Yeah, I just love that kind of moment where you just like suddenly realise something, like, hang on a minute.
No, because was it at the end of Avengers or was it at the end of... It was at the end of Ultron, but I don't remember if he was at the end of Avengers as well. Thanos was in an end credit scene. And I know it was Ultron. That was the one where he said, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Was he at the end of Avengers?
I don't think so. I think...
because if he was...
Avengers 1, it was like an old Captain America.
Oh, it was the shawarma
thing.
One. There was the shawarma one.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. So I might be wrong. But wasn't it the Chitauri were kind of going to be... what's his name? Thanos's... what's his name? Thanos's, like, army. Like, that's what, like, Loki was bringing. That's why he was, like, going.
Yeah, so basically Thanos was lending, I think, the Chitauri army for Loki so that he could take control of Earth in exchange for the Tesseract. And the Scepter, I presume. So he would take over Earth and defeat the Avengers, and then they wouldn't get in the way of Thanos, essentially. So that's where that whole thing went.
That could have been... It could be... Like, the destroyed New York could be... Like, Loki just went... With the Tesseract, he went straight to Thanos and gave it to him.
Maybe.
And then Thanos was like, okay, let's just do it now. And then he snapped, and then shit hit the fan in New York. Because in Infinity War, it was in Wakanda where they had that huge fight.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, like, New York wouldn't have been touched. So I think that...
But New York did get attacked in Infinity War when they first invaded.
Right.
Right at the very start of the film.
Right. But it didn't look like this.
No, I mean, it's hard to kind of remember what the exact damage of it was.
It wasn't that much damage.
But you know what I mean? Like, when Avengers Endgame is a very sort of, like, dark opening. And that image there just reminds me of Avengers Endgame because it's all, like, the whole...
True.
You know... Like, when Ant-Man comes back.
Yeah,
like, where he's, like, walking around, I'm like, they've had 5 years to process all of this. Like, tidy the fucking streets. So,
you obviously haven't been to many cities in America.
But
But yeah, no, I agree. I feel like it could be that, but it also...
I really think it's the timeline where Thanos has succeeded.
Yeah.
But Loki ran away with the Tesseract and, yeah, like you were saying, probably gave it straight to Thanos.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what it actually is.
Yeah. It's like we said, like, there's going to be a lot of sort of, like, Easter eggs and funny moments with Loki because he's the god of mischief and he's going to sort of play with our minds a little bit. So, yeah,
I'm
just really looking forward to that one. That one's the next one. And I can't wait. Really can't wait.
I'm just mad that they moved the release date.
Yeah, so am I. I think everyone was mad that they moved the release date.
We thought we were going to get it, like, this week. Or at least I did.
Yeah, next week, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, next week.
And yeah, now it's like 7 weeks later or something like that. So, yeah.
Sad.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Disney.
Tragic. It's absolutely tragic.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of the trailers done. We're going to talk about a couple of sort of theories and a little bit of news. I think there's only really one news bit, so we'll address the theories first. Did you have any theories at all?
About any of the shows or anything?
Just anything of Marvel, really. Anything that you found over the last week. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't find much.
Yeah, I didn't find, like, anything. I don't know. I feel like this is, like, a big turning point, and I don't think that any prediction that I would make right now would be correct anyway. You know,
right.
Because everything's about to go insane once they introduce the multiverse.
Yeah.
So,
but it's still like a way away.
I know.
That's what kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, when is that? Is that November?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I thought it was a lot sooner, but yeah, it's later on in the year.
Yeah. I really have absolutely no idea where everything is going. That's...
Yeah, so one of them that we did speak about, I think it was off camera, I can't remember if we've touched on it in a previous podcast episode, but somewhere we've talked about the potential of Ultron making a return.
Yeah.
That he's still somehow, because he's a whole, like, digital being, could have very easily sort of, like, gone somewhere. There's a robot still somewhere around there, or a drone, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll come back?
I don't know. I feel like he could. Like, I feel like there's a possibility, like you said, I feel like there's a possibility that they, like, missed one of the drones, and he's been, like, messing with things that, like, they don't really know about.
Just biding his time, though. That's the thing that I can't get over this theory, is that he's just been biding his time this entire time.
True. Yeah.
If you wanted to wipe out the human race, it's best to do it when half of the population is gone already, when Thanos did the snap, you know?
Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't have done it then.
Do you reckon there's potential for White Vision to be Ultron? But like a version of Ultron that doesn't know he's Ultron? Like he's been reborn or something. I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a limb here.
Yes.
But I remember seeing something very vague about White Vision.
I don't know. I feel like Anti-Vision could go one of two ways. Because he got away, right?
He went to go find answers, which I presume is going to be addressed in the multiverse, but...
Yeah.
Or in some other
feel like he could go one of two ways. He could replace Vision and be on the good side, or he could find the wrong answers and somehow Ultron could upload himself into him. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is potential that he could become
I think so, yeah.
Ultron.
I think there's potential for him
Ultron
to come back,
now.
but I just don't know how.
I don't think he's Ultron now.
No.
But yeah.
I
could see it happening.
Right. Yeah, I think there's potential for it, but I just don't know how they're going to go about it because so much time has passed now.
True. Yeah.
Right, we've got a couple of things to talk about, and then I'm going to bugger off because I'm quite hungry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The X-Men, so we touched on last week very briefly about Hugh Jackman being approached by Disney to reprise the role as Wolverine. Mm-hmm. You've obviously haven't seen the X-Men movies, but gonna try and talk about how the X-Men is going to be tied in with the Avengers, because we know it's going to be coming at some point. Yeah. Just, don't know when or how. How is this going to happen? How do you think it will happen?
I think it's a multiverse thing. I feel like it's just going to be the multiverse. I feel like that's how they're going to bring in a lot of people. Because you said Doctor Doom is going to be the same one as the original Spider-Man, right? They're bringing Doctor Doom. Not Doctor Doom.
Potential to bring Doctor Doom.
That's what it was.
Doc Ock. Yes.
Yeah.
Will be the same as the original Spider-Man prequels.
So they're already bringing in villains from the multiverse.
And they also did it with Evan Peters, even though they kind of played it with our minds a little bit, but yeah.
I don't know. I definitely think it's going to be a multiverse thing, though, because I don't think... Since we know that in our MCU, the universe that they're in right now, Evan Peters is not the what was this? It's Quicksilver? The Flash. Quicksilver. My brain.
Get out.
I know. I haven't even seen those films. Anyway. Since we know that he's not Quicksilver in this universe, I think that it has to be a multiverse thing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I don't know. I feel like...
No, I think that's probably right. I think it will be a multiverse. I reckon you're going to get a lot of, like, Easter eggs, or maybe there's already been a couple, but I think there's going to be a couple of, like, Easter eggs and fun little mentions of the X-Men. Like they did with... did you ever see Deadpool 2 in the end?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they do an Easter egg with the X-Men in that movie.
Okay. But that also makes more sense.
And I reckon it'll be similar.
Too, because Deadpool was also Sony, right?
Yes.
So that was before Disney had the Sony contracts.
Yes.
So, I mean, that makes sense to me, that they would tease it in Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
But not tease it in everything else. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think... know. I've said it like 5 times. I think they're going to bring it in through the multiverse.
Yeah. I think that's the way that it's going to be done. But yeah, it's going to be a fun couple of months to see how exactly that they do it.
Definitely.
Right. Final thing before we go. We're going to talk about, obviously, the schedule, because it's absolutely packed.
It's also changed a lot.
Yeah. It's changed a lot, but they keep on making new additions, and I think the one that I'm probably most looking forward to is Thor: Love and Thunder, because it will be technically, although it's not, a Guardians 3 movie as well. And Natalie Portman getting her powers.
I'm excited.
So
that makes me very excited.
That'll be a really, really exciting movie to look forward to.
Yeah.
Have you got the schedule up there?
Yes, but it's the old one.
Brilliant.
It still says
I think it's just from the Marvel website,
August 2020. I just Googled it. But I did see the new schedule somewhere, but I don't have any idea where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Everything is
to be fair,
so
I think if you just Google Marvel Studios, it literally just comes up with all of them. I don't think it's in order, obviously, but yeah, I mean, you've got Spider-Man No Way Home,
I'm excited
Captain
for
Marvel
that.
2, Black Panther 2.
My Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. The Eternals is one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Which has an amazing cast, and it's going to be fun to see how that goes.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for the Thor film, though. Isn't it also directed by Taika Waititi like the last one was?
Let's have a look.
I don't know
director.
I
Yes.
don't usually
Yes,
know
it
my
is.
directors, but I know Taika Waititi because I love him. Oh yes, I'm so excited.
Release date next year though, May 6th.
Oh, mine says February 11th.
Ugh. Americans.
I mean, I'll be in the UK by then anyway, so it's fine. But
Yeah, that's sweet. You have to wait the same amount of time as me.
Hopefully, I'll be in the UK.
Hopefully everything goes smoothly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, things are getting a little bit better here as well. Anyway, we're kind of like moving quickly with the vaccinations, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, schedule looks great. Schedule looks really good. Like we were talking earlier as well, with the D23 announcements. Like they announced everything sort of ages ago, but yeah, the schedule's changed back and forth here and there.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's just stacked. You've got a new Ant-Man film as well, Deadpool 3, Guardians 3. They're going to do a Guardians Christmas special. Like, there's just so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's all going to take a little bit of time, but, you know, COVID has produced a massive stumbling block. And should be good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm super excited.
Okay, cool. Right, so that is everything. So if you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new. Also check out the links in the description and at the end on the video right now. It's always really hard to word for me, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And but you can also find Care's channel. So yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.